my friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for spending some of your day with me. I hope you're well. We have a card by Uniquely Creative. We're going to have a day. I can just feel it in my bones. Okay, so we have this die, which is the Stitched 10 window frame. We have some Distress inks. We have Candied Apple, Carved Pumpkin, Squeezed Lemonade, Mowed Lawn, Salty Ocean, and Wilted Violet. And we're going to make a rainbow. Just a cute little rainbow. Now, I don't know whether these dies are meant to be kept together or meant to be separated, but I separated them. And I don't think it really matters. The outer frame was not quite, I think it's based upon my American friends' card sizes, I think, because it was a little bit wider and a little bit shorter. You'll actually see it a little bit in the finished card because the top and the bottom was a little bit short, but I liked it, so we kept it in. We didn't change the card because sometimes I'll change the card and trim that down so it's more the size, but I wanted the window frame. But because of that, I took the outer stitch frame off. So we're just going to do a little bit of blending. It's not going to look too great. It does not look very great at all at the moment, but keep at it. So obviously I'm working in a rainbow color because I've got my rainbow colors and I've got rainbow card happening out. So I'm just going to go back and forth. I was going back and forth with the red and the orange, and then I thought, let's just go the whole card and work our way down through the rainbow, and then we'll go back up. My voice has gone croaky. We'll go back up and we'll put down a lot more color. That's what I do find. And some of my brushes here were a little bit new, so they weren't grabbing the color quite as much as I would have liked. So they do sometimes take a little while to sort of build up that color. I don't clean my brushes. I do keep the obviously red to red, purple to purple, but I don't go and clean them, only if it gets contaminated. Okay, let's make that correction. If it gets contaminated, see, sometimes, you know, especially like the lighter colors with yellows, if it's been contaminated with another color, then I will, honestly, most of the time is just wipe it off on a baby wipe or something like that. I don't go in for the whole, you know, under soapy water sort of thing. Plenty of people do, and that's fine. I just don't particularly. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know. So we're working way through. So it's starting to look a little bit better. We've got our distress marker, which just has some clean water in. If you depress the spray, the handle a little bit, it will just splutter. If you depress it all the way, it was going to be a much more softer, finer spray. Clean up a minute, and I'm working on a Fiskars Silicone Matte, which I like. I like it because it's just easy. So our frames are cut out. We're going to use some thin foam strips. At the moment, that rainbow panel is too wide, but I'll trim it down later. I just wanted to give myself a little bit of wiggle room, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You can see there at the bottom of it, it's not entirely perfect, but that doesn't matter because it's going on another card, so it doesn't matter. So I only took off some of the backing off the foam strips, and now we're just going to remove the rest of it, and voila, and trim that all down. The next thing, I was going to use the Ranger, I think it's Letter-It. I haven't written it down because I didn't use it, but I just wanted a die cut. You can see there it's longer, top and bottom. Well, if you look at a like a portrait size card. If you're looking at left and right, like this one is left landscape. But I quite like that idea. I quite liked it. It was only like a 15th at the top and the bottom. Now it makes it sound like confusing. Okay, so it's landscaped. So the left and right are a little bit longer than the top and bottom. Okay, all right, good, cool. Okay, so we've got this Uniquely Creative Card Making Essentials 2, and we're going to use a little bit of the sentiment from that. And this one is the Hello Friend script. I will leave all that information over on my blog, so you can head over there. Obviously the link will be down below. And what I'll also do is I'll leave a little iCard up here that can link you up to some other rainbow cards that I've done. So I've got just a piece of wide double-sided tape on the back of this, of the cardstock. You can see it sticking to my hands. We're just going to use some multi-matte medium. I didn't know how the double-sided tape was going to do on the foam. So this is just cut out some, I think it's probably like 3mm, or it could be 5mm because it's a bit wider. No, I think it's about 3mm foam, thick foam, which is going to give me obviously the dimension without having to put a lot of layers in. This can be fiddly because A, it's sticky, and B, you're trying to mold the foam, which is flexible, to a piece of cardstock, which in some ways is still quite flexible, but it's worth the fiddling around with it until it's on. It's a lot quicker. I mean, I like layering up sort of cardstock die cuts of thanks or whatever you're cutting out, but this is just another way to do it. It was sitting there on my desk, so we thought we'd use it. The one thing you do have to make sure when you're die cutting foam is don't go back and forth. You will, and definitely, it will definitely move. So we've got some more of the foam strips, and we're just trying to fiddle with that and make sure you can't see any. I have black foam dots, but I don't have black foam strips like that. So I've got it on the H. I'm going to put it on the N, and we're going to put a little bit on the S just to give it a little bit more support. And there we go. The rest of the letters, like the K, a little bit of the A, I'm going to put it all over, I think, but because I wasn't quite sure where it was going to sort of connect up, and this then didn't matter. If I missed something, some of the glue is going to hit at some point or another. And that's it. Give it a gentle push. And that way the combination between the foam will support the H and the N, but we're still going to have a little bit of dimension, so it's not going to get damaged in the post. So this sentiment actually says, thank you for your kindness. So we've just removed that thank you, and we can keep that for another time. The next thing I'm going to do is just with some little clear sequins, which is my current go-to at the moment. They're also by Uniquely Creative. All this is by Uniquely Creative. So I said I will give you the codes and everything over on my blog, so you can, if you are interested in something like that, you can have got the code there for you. This time we're going to do 3 groups of 3. So it's still pleasing to the eye because you've got the uneven grouping. And again, we're just going to stick those down with a little bit of multi-matte medium. And then my next go-to is, can we guess it? Stardust Stickles. So we're just going to put a little couple of drops here and there over the panel. And that's my card. That's my card for today. This card is for Little Bits Leslie from Little Bits in Keysborough, Melbourne. So all my Keysborough friends, my Melbourneite friends. I will link her website down below. We are currently enjoying freedom because of our vaccination rates, so we're out and about and looking forward to a really great summer. So that was a bit exciting. I think, well, today is the 26th of October and our retail shops are opening up on, well, Friday night. So I think sometimes it's interesting to find out what's happening in other people's areas. So that's it. That's my card. Hope you enjoy. Take care. See you next time. Bye.